and treatment needs.
Blog Talk Radio.
It's the hottest new addiction recovery mega community on the web, Rockers in Recovery. Music, news, interviews, events, and festivals with an insider's angle to the rock and roll industry, all backed up by artists who are in recovery and support recovery, featuring dozens of rock legends like former Joan Jett and the Blackhearts lead guitarist Ricky Byrd, Richie Supa of Aerosmith, and tons more. It's a worldwide music and media festival at your fingertips. Get inside the rock and roll recovery scene with a click of your mouse. Click rockersinrecovery.com. That's rockersinrecovery.com.
Attention, the 4th annual 12-Step Music Fest is coming November 3rd through the 6th in Sugarloaf Key, Florida. 4 days of music and fun with 12 musical acts along with the Rockers in Recovery supergroup featuring Ricky Byrd, guitarist formerly of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Liberty DeVito, formerly of Billy Joel, Woody Geisman of the Del Fuegos, Jason Sultan of Todd Rundgren and Utopia, Christine Ullman of the Saturday Night Live Band, and 4 more to be announced by September. Find out more about this sober Woodstock in Sugarloaf Key by joining rockersinrecovery.com or by calling 877-799-8773. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council.
It's the hottest new addiction recovery mega community on the web, Rockers in Recovery. Music, news, interviews, events, and festivals with an insider's angle to the rock and roll industry, all backed up by artists who are in recovery and support recovery, featuring dozens of rock legends like former Joan Jett and the Blackhearts lead guitarist Ricky Byrd, Richie Supa of Aerosmith, and tons more. It's a worldwide music and media festival at your fingertips. Get inside the rock and roll recovery scene with a click of your mouse. Click rockersinrecovery.com. That's rockersinrecovery.com.
All right, we are back with more of that Sci-Fi Show right here on the Holistic Lifestyles Radio Network. And just kind of wrapping up the Scream Award thing here. The last one I'm going to say, since we really don't want to get into it too much, is that big props to Matt Smith, who won for Best Sci-Fi Actor.
The Good Doctor.
Yeah, well, one of the Good Doctors.
Yeah, well, the current Good Doctor.
Yes. Yes. We have to give big props to him. And, of course, next year being the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who.
OMG.
Yes, 50 years in the making and still good. It's not going to be a full season, but you know what? I've learned to make peace with that. And you know what? I'm going to give these guys a big promo shout-out because coming up in November, I think it's the first weekend of November 4th through the 6th, which unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to go to, AJ, because we've got another event that day. We got first the 12-Step Music Fest.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And we'll be, I think, Mr. Overlord John Hollis has requested our presence down in the Keys.
So y'all going to be down in the Keys?
I guess so. He said something about having us, he got us a room or I don't know. Like, we have a room reserved for us.
That's cool.
So it'll be something cool to go check out. We'll talk about that here in a couple minutes. But Hurricane Who is coming up in Orlando that weekend at the it's a small Doctor Who convention.
That same weekend?
It's the same weekend, November 4th to the 6th, which kind of sucks, but because Arthur Darvill. I'm sorry, not Duvall, Darvill. He plays Rory on the new Doctor Who.
Okay.
This last season, where they said goodbye to Rory and Amy. I don't think they're going to be coming back. He's actually moved on to other acting roles. But this is the first time one of the modern characters has come across the pond to a convention.
Really?
Yes. So Arthur Darvill's going to be there. They got some oh, God, I can't remember because I've only seen I've watched all the old Torchwoods years, when it came out, and I just watched the new Torchwood, so I've got all the new people's fit names in my head.
Right.
But the Asian broad, and I hate to put it like that.
So how does Torchwood? I mean, fill me in for being a total uninitiated. I'm familiar with it. I read the premise.
All right, Torchwood is this character who is Captain Jack.
Okay.
Who, in the first season, 2005, when they brought back Doctor Who.
Right.
They introduced his character. he got brought back to life by one of the characters who looked into got like the universal power inside of her.
Right.
Where she could basically control the universe, and brought him back, but she brought him back permanently. She made him a fixed point in time. He can never die, he can never age. He'll always be that.
Like the Count of Saint Germain or something. But
something like that.
Yeah.
Portrait of Dorian Gray.
Yeah, there you go.
Along those lines. And basically, after his thing with the Doctor, he gets left behind. So he goes back to Earth, back in the 70s, and lives on Earth, and he reestablishes Torchwood, which was a government-sanctioned organization, basically, from the British government that was made to track and stop the Doctor if he ever decided to turn against Earth. And then, like in an earlier episode from our later episode in the next season with David Tennant, Tooth and Claw, I think is what it was.
Okay, I've heard of that.
That's where Queen Elizabeth actually starts Torchwood, because they're at the Torchwood house. And she realized, the Doctor at the very end, after he saves her life, she realizes, you're more dangerous than any of them because you bring them here. Or it's like they're always around you or something like that. And declares the Doctor an enemy of the state, or an enemy of the crown.
Okay.
And that's why Torchwood got established and all that. Well, John Barrowman redoes it. Captain Jack comes back and he redoes it to where it's to honor the Doctor, where they don't kill and, ravage alien technology. They'll capture them and send them either back to where they're from. They'll try to help.
It's like
the adult sexy version with guns.
Oh, okay. I can dig that.
There's a lot of, there's a lot of sex, a lot of craziness, weird aliens on cocaine, running the streets in Ferraris.
Anything better than like ridiculously cut vampires in the South. I can do without that version of TV sex.
The gay man's nightmare?
Yeah.
Two gay guys fighting in a field with no shirts on?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's True Blood.
Coming up next, Eastbound and Down. Thank God. No, but
yes.
That same weekend. What is it? So what's it called? The Doctor Who?
It's Hurricane Who.
Hurricane Who. I like that name.
Yes.
But also, further south, gets closer in our neck of the woods, there's a Chibi-Pa, the anime convention I think they're having. It's at Palm Beach Gardens Marriott, November 4th through the 6th, same weekend. And I'll get more information on that as it comes, because I'll probably be checking that out that weekend, because I just found out about Doctor Who. And while I love it, I am not that diehard to willing to drive to Orlando. But I went to Chibi-Pa last year. It was a good time. Look to go again this year. Hopefully we do this fun.
I'm going to say that Arthur Darvill's character, Rory, in this last season, he's been like a very pivotal character, very well acted, and like he really showed what the best of humanity was.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it'd be really, if you're a Doctor Who fan, it's your chance to finally meet somebody of the new cast. Meet a couple of members of the older cast. They're going to be there. I don't know the full guest list. If you go to hurricanewho.com, you can check it out. But moving on, because we are being this 1 hour format kind of sucks. I mean, I got to thank everybody who put this on. I can't really complain. But going from that 2 hours where we could just sit here and talk for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We don't have enough time. We have like 8 pages of news, and that's too much.
Yeah, it's like we're lucky to get through what we can.
Yeah,
we do what we
get
can.
Like 3 or 4 in. So we're gonna go ahead and flip into all you video game fans out there are gonna really love this. I know I love it.
Rejoice!
Assassin's Creed is going to be finally become the movie. It's been greenlit, and like I said earlier, it's really sad that Bowl has gone out there and ruined video game movies. But this is going to be done up by Sony. They bought up the rights from Ubisoft.
Yay!
And, they're going to be redoing it, basically. No real details on how they're going to do it, but what they can start out. But I'm going to assume they're going to follow the first game, which takes place, somewhat.
Jerusalem?
No, it takes place in the Crusades.
Yes.
But here's the thing. It doesn't take place just there. It takes place today, too.
I see that's what blew my mind. I'm like, I have to own this now.
Yes.
Like, what?
They use this guy's DNA, the genetic memory, to go into his past and relive out events so they can find out what exactly happened to where this one item is.
Many lives, many masters.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, I'm so stoked for it now. I'm like, I need to go back and play these games now.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. I mean, the first one's going to be really good, but the first game was really good, but the continuing storyline, up to Brotherhood, and I don't know what the new one. I forget the new game that's coming out, but
there's so many. I don't know. So I have to choose between that and the Devil May Cry HD re-release. I know they're planning for the PSN for all my PlayStation fights. I don't know what you call my posse. But
the other, another good one is that would be good. Nathan Fillion wants to be Nathan or Drake from Drake's Fortune.
I could so see that.
Or Uncharted. That's what the name is.
Oh yeah, Drake.
But Nathan Fillion is that? Yeah, as Drake. I could easily see that. He's the perfect charismaticness for it. I could easily see him slipping into that role. It'd be very good.
Because he was in Slither, which I just saw last night, and he was awesome. And the whole movie is hilarious, but I mean, he shines as like the smart-ass, down home sheriff.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I loved him in Firefly.
Everything.
Great.
Yeah.
He was great in Dr. Horrible sing-along vlog.
Yeah, I have in my queue. Haven't watched it yet, but
definitely watch it for a musical. It's hilarious.
Very cool. And he's on Castle, which I've heard nothing but good things about by the people I know who watch it.
I have heard nothing but good things about Castle as well, and I am definitely going to have to get into that series.
Not enough hours in the day.
No, but speaking of hours in the day, if you're looking for a good way to pass the hours in the day, music is always a good way to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And we always love to promote, the Shatner.
I want to say the first syllable word on the radio where I get in trouble.
I don't know.
I'm not testing the waters, but I think everybody knows what I'm about to
past tense.
Not say.
Yeah, well, we can't add the I there.
Yeah.
I know that for sure, but I don't know if we can get away with past tense, expletive deleted.
Asterisk it. Okay,
yeah,
onward.
But, yes, William Shatner has done it again. He has covered in, gone from Rocket Man to Bohemian Rhapsody, baby. And we were listening to it earlier here in the studio and off of Terry's phone, and, oh, man, Freddie Mercury is crying in his grave.
He really is.
So did you hear they got a new singer for Queen?
Yeah, who was what was he? Paul Rogers. I knew it and I forgot. He was in another band, obviously, but
yeah. Well, they got some random guy off of.
That was Journey. Journey got the guy off YouTube.
No. They had this thing called Queen Extravaganza.
Okay.
Which was some website where you could go on and you had I guess a karaoke version of one of their songs and you recorded while you sang.
All right.
And they got some random dude off that. I mean, it's like, I remember back in the day when Judas Priest randomly found the one guy out of Pittsburgh that sounded just like, the lead singer there.
Yeah, Rob Halford. And then, he made a movie out of it like 3 weeks later. It wasn't even like the made-for-TV movie. It was like Marky Mark. From The Departed. In the fighter.
I'll stab everybody here with an ice pick in the heart to get another date with you. They got this, but they ain't got Duckler Ranch. Yeah, that's one of my favorite characters in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You're no bleeping.
Zach, yeah. Oh, you guys have no idea how hard it is to do the Boston accent without dropping the F-bomb.
It is virtually impossible.
Yeah, or being overtly racist.
There are high school drama teachers across the country signing detention forms every day for people who want to, quote the Departed or the fighter.
Yeah, the fighter.
The fighter.
That was another good one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the Shatner doing the Queen.
He's going to be doing Queen. It's already out there. You can check it out on YouTube, and I'm sure if you go check out William Shatner's website, the CD is available if you're so inclined to buy it.
Yeah, or make reservations on Priceline.com, whichever you prefer.
Yes, Priceline.com.
But more Star Wars related news, albeit less peripherally.
More Star Wars related news?
Star Wars, Star Trek. Oh, God, I just stepped on my own tongue, and I'm going to hit myself with it. Okay, full pass. All right, moving along to the Trek.
Star Trek, more Star Trek news.
Yeah.
Nice try there.
Yeah, no, nice fail there. That wasn't even a try. That was a blatant fail. Like face meet wall.
Yes, it was.
Zachary
Quinto, who is the new Spock, and I'm going to also go off and say congratulations, Zachary, for coming out of the closet. We support the gay community.
Do your thing,
we all do.
Applause.
Nothing bad, but we in the back of your mind, you had to know. Skyler, what was Silo was a little fegalo.
Yeah, hey, whatever.
Hey, you know what? Acting wise, he's great.
He's awesome, dude. I mean,
he's amazing. And he says that he's been training more intensely for the new Spock characters for this new one. He's got more. There's really big sequence he's going to prepare for. where he's going to be more physical. So he's been training, working out, getting some serious shape.
He has to run a
Really
5K for one continuous scene for 35 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And while he's doing it, he's got to put everybody, he's got a line of people. He's got a Vulcan neck pinch and, different ninja.
Like pinch, it's like was it a Jeet Kune Vulcan, like Volcando or something like that,
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool to see.
Jeet Kune Do Vulcan.
Instead of just like that one like pissing contest that he gets into with Chris Pine in the original, to see him just like go off and just like totally do like.
You don't even care that she died.
Yeah, oh dude, he just like unloads. But to see him do like the Vulcan dim mock on like 50 dudes and just lay him out, that'd be awesome.
No, you know what I was waiting for in that one? I was really waiting for him just to pull his hand up and see Chris Pine run up against the wall and just. Just do the silent move. There's a B-roll somewhere where he did that.
Oh, there has to be.
Yes.
He's he walks in with the hat, pulled over his brow. You can't see his face, but he's wearing the outfit anyway.
Yeah. He's wearing the Spock outfit, and they're doing the big fight scene, and he just does this. Everyone's staring at him, and he's like, drags his other hand with the two fingers, like he's trying to cut his brain open. Wrong, and then just some director's like, damn it, Quinto, wrong roll.
That show is dead. Very much.
Oh, yeah, that last season was depressing.
Yeah, the last.
Let's not get into
that.
that.
Yeah, let's not, please. It's too painful.
That'll take a good half hour on its own.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yes. More good news, movie-wise.
Really?
Akira is back on. I know, it's questionably, is it really good news? I think it is.
It could be. Everything's potentially good news.
Well, you know what? It's got the setup for good news, and here's why I say this. It's got a new director, Wabe Colette Sierra, who's done some pretty good stuff. But here's what I like. They dropped it from a $250 million budget like the Lone Ranger.
Which also got its budget slashed, but still going to have werewolves and stuff.
Yeah, which is not going to be the Lone Ranger. We're not going to get into that.
Nah.
But it went down to a respectable $90 million.
Respectable $90 million? That's like the standard budget. I mean, it's like crappy romantic comedies start at that budget practically these days.
Yeah. But here's the other part I like. They have dropped Keanu Reeves as Kaneda.
Yeah, he doesn't make for a good teenage motorcycle thug.
Yeah, where the hell did we get the idea that, he is not, Theodore S. Preston Esquire anymore?
Sorry, Cool Breeze.
I know Kung Fu does not work with, it doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't.
But the guy they're looking at to get, and you remember him from Tron Legacy, is Garrett Hedlund.
He was good. He was
very good, and he did some sick moves on that Ducati.
And the light cycle, albeit CG.
Better, yeah, but he's got a biker-esque look to him.
He does.
You spike his hair up a little bit more, you rough him up, maybe,
I just put it
like
together. It's the perfect typecast. He did that thing. Now I want to see him do that thing in this setting. Kind of like,
exactly.
Like all of Jake Gyllenhaal's marquee roles all have to do with time travel when you think about it.
Yeah, I'm not really happy about the whole shift from Neo Tokyo to New Manhattan.
That's what I'm saying.
The Americanization of it, that's just stupid.
It loses its soul, really. I mean,
and the fact that it's still being called Akira.
Yeah, because it's pretty much based off of was it World War III? I mean, it's supposed to be set at Tokyo after another nuclear war.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing with the Japanese animes. They love the Neo Tokyo aspect.
Exactly.
What happens when technology finally gets to the point where it's sci-fi-ish?
Yeah.
Well, Tokyo is going to be completely redone because, of course, Tokyo is going to be the heart of the technology burst. So we go from just regular plain old Tokyo, which nowadays, if you've ever been to Tokyo, trumps us technology-wise a million%.
Hexagonal, crosswalks, and so many crazy, engineering feature, urban planning. It's ridiculous.
It's when people still cared about their country.
Touché.
Not so much here anymore.
But no, the whole thing is if you have a nuclear bomb going off in Times Square. I mean, basically it's you have a mashup of the end of Watchmen and the end of season 1 of Heroes, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
It's it really doesn't leave much of the imagination apart from the whole.
I'm looking forward. I'll watch it. I'll go to the theater. I'll pay the ticket.
Out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity to give it an honest shot to see whether it's good or not.
But you can't call a white guy Kaneda. It's Todd. It isn't going to fly in that sense, but I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Kaneda! Dude, my name's Jeff.
It's Brett! It doesn't have a nice Japanese syllabary.
No, it doesn't. So, there was another piece of news that was out today that caught my eye because we've always promoted this person Dr. Alan Schultzman, author of the Zombie Autopsies. And if you've all heard me, you can go into my archives on our page, that's sci-fi-show.com, the past show section. Look up the episodes where we had him on, and you can hear me say this quote from George A. Romero, where George A. Romero, the master of all zombies, said, I may be paraphrasing here a little bit.
Hey, whatever.
But the quote was something along the lines of, I've tried to make zombies real my entire career. I have failed in comparison to this book.
That's I mean, I'm cold in this room, but that's chilling. I'm getting goosebumps on top of my freezing hand.
Yes. George A. Romero turned down The Walking Dead, as everybody know. And you know what? Everyone was like, why?
But it makes sense.
Like right up your alley.
I mean, his reason makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Like I said, just making zombies faster or slower isn't a correct zombie.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the Zombie Autopsies. Now, we've never given away the full plot because we've always invited you to go get the book.
Of course.
We still do. You can get that at zombieautopsies.com or look it up on Amazon. Very, very good book.
Do it.
But basically, it's that, the zombie breakout comes out, and the world is over, and, like, whatever powers that be are left lock a bunch of scientists up on a remote island in hopes that the virus, which has now become so mutated, is just airborne and everywhere, and is a guarantee everyone is going to get affected and die.
Yeah. So, I mean, from Ramirez's angle,
critical mass.
So Romero giving it props, I want to say giving it a blessing. I mean, it's kind of like, Romero always described his zombies as being, I guess, like kind of like an antagonist or like a catalyst for like social change because,
and always brought on by a man-made event that could be contained.
Yeah, because Night came out in the 60s and all that revolutionary stuff was going on, and then they just progressed more and more. So it's like, I mean, I guess he was kind of running out of themes to run around with it.
I remember in the original end of Night of the Living Dead, when morning broke, all the hillbillies had rounded up a bunch of zombies and were doing torturing them.
I remember that from the remake of Tony Todd. I remember that part from the newer one.
Yeah, where they were doing very, very indicative of what blacks were treated like in the South, hanging them, making them fight each other till they would die.
And plus, the movie came out in the 60s. I mean, it had a black hero. He was a black man in the lead. You know what I'm saying?
It was one of the little side kind of hey.
So they always try
to treat black people like equals, because in the zombie apocalypse, that's the guy that's going to save your ass.
Exactly. But I mean, each of those movies kind of had touch on a social theme. Because I like Diary because it talks about the mass media obsession and communication and the ego-driven stuff. It was watchable. I liked it.
What was it, too, with the military-industrial complex when they bombed the small town at the very end of it?
Yeah.
It's like, we can just wipe a town off the map face of the earth and nobody will ever know.
Basically, yeah.
It was a chemical spill.
So,
or, it was the nuclear reactor in some small town blew up.
Yeah, but so for him to give an endorsement to this book, I'm totally stoked for it in any form to be adapted.
So it's going to be adapted, which is very cool. And, George A. Romero says, good quote, my zombies are purely disaster. They are all natural disaster. God has changed the rules, and let's see here. Somehow this is happening. My stories are about humans who deal with stupidity. That's the difference between, the Zombie Autopsies and, George A. Romero and most zombies. In The Walking Dead, we don't know just quite yet in the series. I mean, if you read the comics, this is what happened.
Yeah, I have now.
But we are led to believe at the end of the last season that possibly the CDC had something to do with this one. What did Jenner whisper into his ear?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, this one, we're not going to give, like I said, I'm not going to give away how it happens in the Zombie Autopsies because I want you to go out and buy the book and read it because it is just absolutely, it will blow your damn mind away.
Reading is fundamental.
Actually, it is. And there's a ton of spoilers here, but we're going to skip over those.
We ain't doing that.
We're actually going to reach out to Dr. Schultzman again and try to get him on the show to tell us more about it and we'll see what we can do about that. But right now, we're going to go ahead and take our last break before we head out for the night. When we get back, we'll have more news and comment right here on That Sci-Fi Show. Be sure to check out our website, thatscifishow.com, as well as holisticlifestylesradio.com, where you can find everything about our nice little network. And, of course, coming up November 4th through the 6th, the 12-Step Music Fest with Ricky Byrd, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Richie Supa. We got the big super group coming together with these guys, Woody Geisman, of the Del Fuegos, Liberty DeVito from Billy Joe, Christine Ullman, the Beehive Queen, is going to be there. One big supergroup, lots of guys. Mark Lundholm, comedian, is going to be emceeing the event. John Hollis will be down there. You can check him out and all the guys for Holistic Lifestyles Radio. I'll probably be out and about. You can check me out. November 4th through the 6th down at Sugarloaf Key. Be sure to get your tickets now at 12stepmusicfest.com. We'll be back with more of that Sci-Fi Show.
The First Step Sober House of Pompano Beach has been part of the 12-Step community for 14 years, and they've helped thousands of people to recover from addiction and the issues surrounding addiction. First Step Sober House of Pompano Beach is a sober living community built on the 12-step approach. Male or female, you can learn to be responsible again. Their 3 to 6 month intensive sober living house features a compassionate and structured program, and they work with attorneys and the courts. Call the First Step Sober House of Pompano Beach today, 954-942-7414. That's 954-942-7414. Or go online to firststepsoberhouse.com. Remember, if the elevator to your success is broken, you must hit the steps. Take the first step today by calling First Step Sober House of Pompano Beach, 954-942-7414. Or go online to firststepsoberhouse.com.
Hi, this is Laura Betts with Hyperbarics RX, and you can visit us online at hyperbaricsrx.com. We offer everything hyperbarics, so whether it's a custom oxygen system, an oxygen concentrator, a portable hyperbaric chamber, a custom clinic system for a doctor's office or a hospital. If it's hyperbaric, we can provide the consulting, the equipment, the training, the certification, everything that you need to go along with it. You should definitely check out our website again, and that's www.hyperbaricsrx.com, and you can contact us at 877-589-9998. Again, that toll-free number is 877-589-9998, and look forward to answering your questions and helping you with your hyperbaric equipment, systems, training, and treatment needs. Thank you.
It's the hottest new addiction recovery mega community on the web, Rockers in Recovery. Music, news, interviews, events, and festivals with an insider's angle to the rock and roll industry, all backed up by artists who are in recovery and support recovery, featuring dozens of rock legends like former Joan Jett and the Blackhearts lead guitarist Ricky Byrd, Richie Supa of Aerosmith, and tons more. It's a worldwide music and media festival at your fingertips. Get inside the rock and roll recovery scene with a click of your mouse. Click rockersinrecovery.com. That's rockersinrecovery.com.
All right, we are back with more of that Sci-Fi Show right here on the Holistic Lifestyles Radio Network. I'm your host, Chris West.
And I'm your co-host, AJ Armstrong.
All right, we are back with more news and comment and all that lovely, lovely stuff that goes on in the sci-fi world that we love to talk about.
Yeah.
Bitch and complain about.
Like good fans do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what's the point of fandom if you can't point out the fact you want to fight Michael Bay in a Red Lobster parking lot?
Yeah, exactly. What's praise without a little pissing to go with it?
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of pissing, Punisher TV series, what's up with that?
You know what? I've been reading over this article, and, we were talking about this a little earlier. We both kind of have mixed feelings about this.
Yeah.
I'm not really happy with the fact Fox picked it up.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to do a TV series based on the Punisher, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be violent, and it's got to be done on Showtime or HBO.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's going to have to be done on network where you can get away with things. It's the reason why Blade didn't work on TBS.
Oh, yeah. Good God. I try to block that out, seeing some
Sorry for bringing that horrible menu out. Yes, but, I guess it could kind of work. I mean, it's not going to be Warzone.
Oh, Warzone was just over the top. I mean, it was like...
But it's not going to, I guess it's not also going to be, I think it's going to be more like Dolph Lundgren. If it was like Dolph Lundgren Punisher...
Yeah, cop drama kind of...
Where, they did a lot of the cop drama on the side of the guys tracking it. You can have soap in there tracking it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And if they do that, they got to bring the guy back from... Warzone, because he was just
Dash Mihawk. He was the template for the Bat Baby vampires for I Am Legend.
Really?
That was all him. Just like armies of his digital likeness chasing Will Smith through New York in a Mustang. Yeah. I was like, because I see him like, oh God, that is him. Yeah, he's a scary vampire faced dude.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm reading this one part here that I really just don't agree with, and it's going to, focus on Frank Castle as a New York City Police Department officer,
as a cop,
who uses his Punisher vigilante as an alter ego.
Dexter, hello.
Yeah, Dexter ripoff from right off the get-go there.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because that's not how the Punisher began. The Punisher, was a cop.
Soldier. He's a warrior.
He was a soldier.
Yeah.
He was Special Forces. He became a cop in New York. His family got killed by the mob. And then, he was also shot up, too. Comes back, and he takes out the mob as the Punisher.
And mob, family after family.
That's the whole point of the series.
Yeah, as I said, like that nice little run that when Garth Ennis was on it with like the Nucci's and the Russian and throwing Ma Nucci into the polar bear pit at the Central Park Zoo. I mean, all that cool stuff. They can't show that on. They could, but it'd be so. What's what I'm looking for? Defanged and castrated, it just wouldn't be worth your time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's got room to work with, but with that plot basis, I don't see it really going too far.
Like it's kind of like that Mortal Kombat thing that became the web series.
Well, see, that's the thing. The web series Mortal Kombat,
the new one, the newer one that just came out.
Yeah,
that's fun.
It's becoming a movie, Mortal Kombat Legacy.
See, hopefully it'll snowball. Like, this will be the crappy series that gets a better series made out of it if they want to float it like that, and then maybe another movie, another 10, 15 years.
And HBO picks it up and gives it balls.
Yeah, it's like it kind of it has echoes of reminding me how the CW owns the rights to the Sandman, and that's equally wrong.
How they're going to do that, I have no clue whatsoever.
Their logic is, people like superheroes. We're WB, we own DC, and Supernatural's a big hit. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sandman would appeal to that crowd, but just like with those constraints, you
can't do it with the constraints of what the CW broadcast on. I mean, it's just not going to work.
No, it's just, I don't know.
It just don't work. It don't fit in the hole right.
Yeah, it's going to be tragic,
So our shenanigans are fun and cheeky. Their shenanigans, are sad and depressing.
Shenanigans.
I'll pistol whip the next one of you that says shenanigans. Hey, Farva, what's that place you like to go to with all the goofy stuff on the walls, and the cheese sticks?
You mean shenanigans?
Oh,
another one.
Love Super Troopers. Mm-hmm. I was actually watching the beginning of that earlier. It's up on Netflix.
Yes.
Great movie. Strawberries taste like strawberries.
Candy bars.
We're going to make you sit here and smoke the whole bag. Please, no.
That guy's awesome. Not because he's funny, but because he's engaged to Christina Hendricks, that lucky fella.
Yeah, how the hell does the goofy bug-eyed bastard, which is like the only way to describe him.
Yeah, I know. Really. I mean,
Christina Hendricks.
But he's a funny man. I guess that funny thing apparently works at some weird capacity. I don't know.
It's got to, because Bobcat Goldthwait had what was her name?
Nikki Cox. Before she got all like Bride of Frankenstein out and like over tanned and all the plastic parts in her started falling off like Michael Jackson. But I mean, when she was still
she was Nikki Cox hot.
When she was still a dime piece.
She was.
Yeah. Now it's like she's a Jay Moore and she's scary looking.
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this week's edition of That Sci-Fi Show.
Wrap it up.
Yes. Good time to sign off and say goodbye for the week. We'll be back next week with Doc Lucky Meisenheimer, who's going to talk about his book and all the exciting things going on with it, The Immune. You can check that out at theimmune.com. We're going to be putting it up on our website as well. We will be doing a contest coming up shortly with copies of The Immune that have been signed by Doc. And also getting into a zombie glossary that he wrote. And I didn't tell you guys this, but he also gave me a yo-yo. He's a yo-yo expert.
A yo-yo expert?
Yeah.
Can we just get him in studio? I mean, we got some video of this guy.
He's doing a book signing that weekend, so we'll try to see if we can get him in. It's next weekend, November 4th, he's going to be coming in.
Cool.
So we'll see if we can get him in studio.
I'll be a chibi pie.
Oh, yeah. Very, very cool guy. Doc Lucky Meisenheimer, we love him. We'll give him big shout-outs.
Can't wait.
We'll have him on next week. The book is The Immune. We'll have him on. We'll talk about the book and the possibility that it got picked up for a movie. All right, I'm Chris West.
And I'm AJ Armstrong.
And we are signing off this week. This has been That Sci-Fi Show, brought to you by the Holistic Lifestyles Radio Network. We'll be back next week with more news, comment, and interviews with all that stuff you love so much. Be sure to check out thatscifishow.com for the latest news and happenings, as well as holisticlifestylesradio.com And be sure to check out the 12-Step Music Fest coming up next weekend, November 4th through the 6th, down in Sugarloaf Key. We got the Supergroup brought to you by Rockers in Recovery. We got Mark Longholm, very funny comedian who's going to be emceeing the event. Tons of artists playing out. 3 days. It's like sober Woodstock. Don't miss it. 12stepmusicfest.com. Get your tickets now. I'll see you next week.
No Matter What Productions proudly present the 4th annual 12-Step Music Fest. Recovery rocks with 4 days of camping, music, meetings, speakers, fellowship, and fun all in one place. That's Sugarloaf KOA Campground, mile marker 20 in the Florida Keys. November 3rd through the 6th, 2011, of course. Tickets on sale now, 305-296-4726. We have a super group for you, too, all on one stage Saturday night. Ricky Bird of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Woody Eastman of the Del Fuegos, Christine Ullman of Saturday Night Live, Liberty DeVito from Billy Joel, Kaz McSultan of Todd Rundgren's group, Jeff Casey of Southside Johnny, Chris Anderson of Asbury Jukes Horns, Will Pauly of Asbury Jukes Horns. More names to come. And Mike Zito, 2010 Billboard Music Awards Song of the Year, and Mark Ledlum, main stage MC Friday night on Recovery Comedy Act. Be there.
Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council. Here's hoping you're healthy and wealthy. South Florida's Health and Wealth Radio Network. AM 1470 WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Tune in for True Worth Radio with Aaron Allen and Gabriella Factor, where every week another story of the American dream comes true. Thursdays at 3 p.m. on AM 1470 WNN.
Financial Words of Wisdom with Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
People sell in the morning, say, oh my God, this is it, it's overbought, I better take some profit. And the next thing you know, it goes down, and then all the people who missed it, they jump in and it comes right back up. We end up going nowhere. That's what I call rolling correction.
It's helpful financial food for thought on your drive home. Market Wrap with Mo Ansari. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. on AM 1470 WWNN, the Health and Wealth Network.
If you died today and left your home to your kids, would they be able to pay their mortgage and yours? Well, that's what they're going to have to do until your estate has completed probate. And unless you have a revocable living trust, your estate is required to go through probate. If they can't make the payments, the bank will foreclose, and the bank will own your home, not your kids. What to do? Call Andy Curtis today and let him create a revocable living trust for you. The cost, just $350 if you're single, $450 if you're married, and with each completed trust, you will get a gift certificate for $125 at Tropical Acres, South Florida's oldest and best steakhouse.
It's obvious the unthinkable is happening. With all the recent media distractions, most folks never saw it coming, but a few did. Their guts told them something very wrong was going on, and now the headlines are proving them right. The people in charge keep telling you that everything's fine and to stop noticing, but you know better. Folks are investing in emergency food storage, and you should too. My Patriot Supply, the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, are the ones you can trust. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and secure their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits. Each contains tasty breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Get at least one for each family member. My Patriot Supply also sells biomass stoves, off-grid room heaters for when the power goes out, gravity-powered water filters, heirloom seeds, and survival gear that may come in handy soon. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com today. It's time to prepare for what's coming. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.